everyone, it's me again, Lena, and in this video, I'm going to talk about my main video with the topic calculus in healthcare. So the specific topic is why do doctors need to learn calculus and how do doctors use calculus. In this video, I'm going to talk about three parts that are related to that topic. The first part is the use of calculus, the second part is the types of calculus, and last but not least, the third part, why doctors need to learn calculus. So let's start first with the first part, the use of calculus. Well, the doctors use calculus in various ways, for example, with determining growth rates, medical imaging, population dynamics, or statistical analysis, or diagnosing the patient with a condition, helps to reconstruct and analyze the images and the CT scans and the MRI scans. So with the growth rates, calculus helps doctors to be aids doctors in treatment plans and helps them to understand the growth rates of the bacteria, the germs, and the tumors within the body. With the medical imaging, it helps them to be able to reconstruct the CT scans. Since some techniques uses calculus, such as CT scans or MRI scans, uses calculus to reconstruct and analyze the pictures and image. Population dynamics. Researchers and scientists in the medical field need calculus to be able to understand the dynamics of and also interpret the dynamics of the population in an epidemic. For example, COVID-19, smallpox, chickenpox, generally a spread of disease, the study of a spread of disease. Statistical analysis. Calculus helps the doctors and the healthcare professionals in this field by interpreting complex data and research findings. It helps them to do that because some research studies use calculus to find them. Moving on to the second part, the types of calculus. There are four main types of calculus that I've found. They are differential calculus, integral calculus, multivariable calculus, and vector calculus. The first one, differential calculus, helps the doctors, the healthcare workers, to be able to analyze rates of change. For example, monitoring heart rate changes or drug concentration levels. This is what differential calculus helps doctors to do. Integral calculus helps doctors to determine the volume of irregularly shaped organs. For example, the liver, it is a bean-shaped, or the total drug exposure over time. That is what integral calculus helps doctors to do, generally. Multivariable calculus is exactly what it sounds like. It's the interaction of different medications, and it comprises of different variables, multivariables in that problem or in that expression or equation. It helps to monitor complex systems with multiple variables. So that is what multivariable calculus helps doctors to do. And lastly, vector calculus. Vector calculus helps the doctors to be able to reconstruct images, for example, from the CT scan or the MRI scans. It helps them to medical imaging techniques. It helps them to use some medical techniques, imaging techniques, for example, MRI or CT scans. It also supports them to be able to analyze the vector fields representing the blood flows, as well as the tissue types within the body. So that is all for the second part. Moving on to the last part, which is the third part, why doctors need to learn calculus. Well, you might think this is an easy question because we're doctors and we need to learn calculus, but that's not the only answer. Yes, it is true, but there are other answers too. For example, it helps to understand the drug dynamics, helps to understand biological studies and researches and systems, optimizing treatment plans, and things like that, as well as interpreting research. So starting off with the first part, understanding drug dynamics. Doctors use calculus need to learn calculus so they can model how drugs are absorbed, how they are excreted, how they are metabolized or distributed from the body, all of those things. Moreover, it is crucial for proper dosing and proper diagnosis. For example, the doctor is dosing the patients with some kinds of medications that help to cure that disease or prevent that disease or illness. They need calculus to be able to calculate the proper amount of doses and medications to take in. If there's too much, if there's too much or too little, that won't be good. Analyzing biological systems. Well, analyzing biological systems, this helps the doctors, the healthcare professionals in the researching department. It helps them to understand complex biological systems within the body and also processes. For example, the tumor growth rate or population, the dynamics of the population when there is an epidemic, for example, the COVID-19 or the Black Plague, the Black Plague in Europe. Optimizing treatment plans. Calculus also helps doctors to optimize treatment plans by adjusting themselves based on the patient responses, adjust the medications based on the patient body reactions and responses. Moreover, it helps them to create effective schedules for appointments and things like that. Interpreting research. Interpreting research, also this is in the research department. It helps the doctors and medical professionals to interpret medical studies that uses calculus, as well as it is essential for interpreting results. Again, it is in the research department, not necessarily in the doctors that we might think of when it comes to mind. So that is all for my main weekly video. Again, calculus is the mathematical study of continuous change in mathematics. It consists of probability. It consists of pi, or the 4 basic operations, geometry, things like that. It's just the study of continuous change. That is all for my main video. I hope you have a good week studying medicine, and I hope to see you in the next video or the next meeting. Thank you again for listening to my video. I appreciate your time here. Goodbye.